Your name, I feel, always pops up when somebody leaves Housewives. It's always like, Kimora should go on that show.
I know. They definitely have asked me. Inside of me was some drag queen that had to get out of there.
That's a hard question. That's a question I've never been asked.
I'm gonna hang up on you now. I said that? Oh my gosh, no!
Kimora, 2020 has not been many people's year, but I feel like some good stuff happened for you this year. You adopted a child and you launched Baby Phat Beauty. Why was now the time to re-enter the beauty space?
It just seemed like a great time, and I feel like only today I can say that we are what we set out to be 20-something years ago, which is a heritage brand, which is a legacy brand. We wanted something that would stay around. And retro is a big, do I say quiet on the set?
You can say quiet on the set.
Quiet on the set! Is that you, Ace? No one's here listening to me. They don't care. See why I say it's not like Dynasty or those Housewives shows. We're not that glamorous. Hello? They don't care. And now that I said something, they're scared and they're not going to answer. We're going to go back. So it's about, I think a big point of this is retro.
This working from home life is not easy.
Okay, they got it. So a big point of this we're talking about is this concept of retro. So it's about retro brands, and we've been putting it together little by little. And a big ask for a lot of people is beauty. And so we thought of individual pieces, just everything that's cute in the little zipper PVC pouch with the cat on it. And everybody loves it. And I think that people are now doing more in terms of like staying at home and being on the Zoom and working from home. And so your beauty is not like, you're not gonna, obviously this is a whole thing, but you could do your lip gloss or your little shimmer, you could put something, you know, people are naked from the waist down.
Right.
I'm not.
No, but I love it. We got proof. We got pants on. But it is,
do whatever,
it's kind of
touch up the top, honey. Give it a little shimmer, a little gloss. A little goes a long way. It's always been a babe, like my baby, and I think that it's always been a brand that's so closely connected with myself and my family, my kids, and I think that's how people remember us walking down the runway. And the girls were little, and now they're big and can do their own runwaying. But you know, it's like a family we've built
right
together. It's like, I didn't have Brooke Shields in my jeans, but I had Ming and Aoki on that runway, like, you know.
It's been 30 years since your first ET interview at home in St. Louis.
Was it?
Yes, November 1990 was when we came there and followed you in a day in the life.
Do you want fame necessarily?
That's a hard question. That's a question I've never been asked. I think it's something that, again, you have to be pretty stable for, because everyone says, yes, I want it. And then when it hits you, you don't know what to do with it, and you get caught up in it and you get confused. So I think because I have good family and good friends, I can say, yes, I want it. And it won't hit me and knock me down. But some people, I think, do get caught up and it totally knocks them over. But as far as I'm concerned right now, I mean, it's fine.
If you could live your wildest dreams, where would you like to see yourself, say, in 5 years, by the time you're 20?
My wildest dream. Gosh, I'd love to, it's just so many different things. If it were in fashion, you know, I could be the top model and be on every magazine cover. But then if it were just as far as my life is concerned, well, not when I'm 20, but I always, you know, as far as government, there's a lot of things I'd like to see done in America that I think we could make better with our society. So when I'm 20 years old, I think I'm just going to be getting started.
Seeing that now, what do you think of 15-year-old Kimora?
I think then I felt like the black sheep of my family and kind of St. Louis. And I know inside I was so much more fabulous than that. So I just had to like roll with the punches, literally, right? Because I got my butt handed to me on a regular basis because these crazy girls or whatever. And so I think it's a lot of the same concepts that we're working to make it a better place. And I never even saw that. I'm proud to look all these years later. I have 5 kids. I'm a mother of 5. 5 kids, 3 husbands. Lots of candy. Lots of dogs, lots of friends, lots of cats, right? Like, come on, that's crazy.
Is there anything you would tell that girl, that 15-year-old girl, other than you can let the fabulosity out a little sooner?
Oh, let it out. There was none of that in there. Let it out. And those people that are picking on you, they're trolls, and they are ugly. And they are ugly inside and out, girl. Listen to me. I always thought it then, but now I know for sure. They're mean. And so I would tell her, yeah, to hold her head up because you're onto something. And other people who are really mean and judge you for whatever your background, how you look, your orientation, whatever the hell, they're losers. It's the same thing. I've only just gotten more and more confident and a little braver to be able to say that, right? And a little older, but it's the same message. For sure, I know that for a fact. They're evil trolls. I hope they watch this.
Well, it's kind of, it's kind of wild to know how far we've come since then and how things have changed, but not as much as maybe we would want them to change. I thought it was so interesting, the through line of talking about wanting to be politically active then at 15, and then now I know where you are, where you're very politically active. Talk to me about collaborating with Stacey Abrams Fair Fight.
We did team up with them, and a portion of the proceeds from everything that we make or sold went back to them. And it was really about, if you want to make a change, then you have to take advantage of lots of these laws and rights that we have, right? As voters, as women voter, people of color, like, come on, use it or lose it. I think that's really the underlying message is about literacy, education, awareness, to kind of make sure that those things don't continue happening.
I want to talk through some other things you said in that first interview that you were opinionated even then. There were little moments of the Kimora we know were coming out back then.
I have the rules of a grade school child. I'm treated so unfair. I'm going to tell you now, let it all out in the open. I just got a curfew of 12 o'clock. 12, can you imagine 12? What can you do until 12?
It would be crazy to me that like I'd go all over the world, but I wouldn't have a curfew and I come home and midnight is my curfew. I wasn't doing anything crazy anyway.
No, you seemed like a bit of a rule follower.
And I'm a homebody. My kids are kind of too. I try to keep it pretty straight. Sometimes.
Also in the interview, you said you preferred McDonald's to any of the food in any of the places that you had to travel to.
French food is something that I'm really not interested in right now. And McDonald's, they have a lot of burger places, even French ones, but definitely McDonald's is like home for me. And that's where I live. As bad as it sounds for a model to eat McDonald's, I live off of McDonald's. I love it there. It's the greatest thing.
That is horrendous. But I grew up in the Midwest, so everything was like fast food. Now we're nothing like that. All of my kids, even Wolf, he just turned 5 in April. And, we eat all the French cuisine. Now they're trying lots of new things. They may be vegan sometimes. They may be kosher sometimes. Anything, like we're trying different, things and to be healthy and to be,
the evolution.
Definitely not the McDonald's, yeah.
And then the other thing you said that stuck out to me.
I want to always stay in St. Louis because St. Louis is my home. And I've never been anywhere other than St. Louis.
I'm gonna hang up on you now. I said that? Oh my gosh, no! My whole life is telling everyone to get out of St. Louis. Only because inside of me was some drag queen that had to get out of there. Like, there's no way that I could stay in St. Louis, Missouri. I was 6 feet tall. I'm 6'4" in heels. If there's any little platform, I'm 6'5" or 6'6". I don't think I could have stayed in St. Louis, but you can go back. It's like any small town. You can't just stay tipping cows forever, Dorothy, from Kansas. But well, I am from Kansas, and those red glittery shoes are like, I don't know, Christian Louboutin. We made it all the way, girls, okay? And that little pumpkin coat is something.
We're on the other side of the rainbow now. Hello. It has been 7 years since your last reality show ended. Do you want to go back to reality TV at all? Do you miss it at all?
No, it was fun, but it was a little crazy. The excitement of the world cannot be like only how downtrodden and all of your downfall. That can't be. I wanted to inspire people. I wanted to educate them in terms of like fashion and business and how to be a go-getter and how to have something from nothing. And this whole spirit of entrepreneurship and vision and those things. So I did it. It was very tough. My kids grew up for a long time in front of the camera, but it was hard. And then it went reality TV, just kind of like everything crazy came in, where it's like just an invasion of your life and everything kind of morphs one into the next. So Now we're somewhere in there, and lots of people have come up to me for projects, to do things now, and
Well,
I don't know.
Your name, I feel, always pops up when somebody leaves Housewives. It's always like, Kimora should go on that show.
I know. I don't know why. Can I do a cameo? I know Andy. That's all his stuff, right? I'm not sure how that would be, because are they going to be in my house?
There's levels of casting where you can do like friend of, where you're just there for like the girl scenes, but they're never in your house.
Oh, I'm going to do that. I can do that. And I like a lot of them. I know a lot of them. And, I'm not into all that. You know that. I'm not into all that fighting and crazy drama. I mean, I can be, but I don't want to be.
But the blogs always speculate, but they've never actually approached you about this?
No.
Oh, I'm surprised by that.
I see it in social media. No, they probably have. I take that back. No, I take that back. They definitely have asked me every couple of years in between seasons or in between people. They definitely have asked me, but I've never been in like real talk.
All right. So if they were to come to you, you might entertain it, but you have never had a full conversation about it.
No, I've never had any conversation. They have called my office. I always say no. I do hear about it going on. I never really know. I probably love most of the girls. I'm sure there's a few that you could slip through that I don't, but I like a lot of the girls. It was because Garcelle was on there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her. Did she get in trouble though? See, I don't know what they do on TV. If it's okay.
No, she wasn't in trouble. Denise Richards got in trouble. This is Garcelle's second season that she's filming right now, and that's usually the tricky one.
Oh, okay. So if anything going on, I'm going to defer to you. And if anybody's watching this and we want to talk, I'm going to also send them to you.
Okay, great. I will coordinate it all through you for you.
We'll be like, come on, the first season's okay, the second season you better watch, right?
Yeah. No, I gave that warning to Garcelle.
She's so level-headed though. I just love her. And I feel like we have a lot of similarities in our life, things that we've gone through. She's hot-headed like me.
I'm a hothead. So that night I wrote an email to friends and colleagues at Mike's work. And the subject was, what does Tiger Woods, Jesse James, and Mike Nylon have in common? And that email got leaked to the press.
Email all, girl. Yes. Amen. I love her. She's my idol. Garcelle.
That was my first question for her. I was like, is this the energy you're bringing to the show, Garcelle? Is it an reply all situation?
Might need to be.
And she said, mm-hmm.
Only let people walk all over you so much, and then you feel like sometimes the need to strike back. You're not just going to lay down and take every damn thing. There comes a time when we can't take it anymore. That doesn't mean afterwards that we can't be friends, or that doesn't, that we have to agree to disagree. Probably means you're going to get your ass. I'm always saying I'm violent, huh? I'm going to stop that. Who knows? You may start getting calls. Okay, you're the agent on record.
I am happy to take them, happy to have conversations.
Andy, I don't know if I'm going to call you, call me. Hey, we'll see. We'll laugh about the things they're going to talk to us about. We'll see. We'll be like, no one can come over here except for Garcelle. All
right. In another interview you recently did, you poked fun at how many times you've been married, said you'll be married 2 more times before you die. What's going on? Are you single right now?
No comment.
Okay.
I am just me.
You are Kimora right now. Okay.
It's been a crazy time, though, I will say that. And everybody knows that. And it's been a crazy year. And for me personally, it's been a crazy couple of years. And everybody in the world that knows how to read between the lines are going to read between the lines. And then underneath it's going to be typing. And they're going to be saying, I knew that. And I told you this. And I'm just trying to avoid all that and keep my head down and mind my business. But it's a very tricky time out there for a lot of reasons, we'll say. And I'm always cracking jokes and inappropriate jokes and lots of stuff. And they're always loaded with truth and innuendo, honey. But that's just me. And you have to dig through it to understand. But offline, we can have another talk about the status of affairs.
Okay, I'm open to that conversation. Let's get in the DMs and hash it out. This year, like I said, has been a year of change, year of complications, learnings. What is something that brought you joy, though, in 2020?
Well, I have my son, Gary Lee, and he's been here actually, for like a year. So right before the pandemic, he came to permanently live with us, and he is an amazing young man, a little boy. And
you probably got to spend a lot more time with him than you were expecting because of everything. So
that's a big one. I love having all the kids home. And having said that, the 18 and the 20-year-olds, can exit stage right, because all they do is ask and beg and want and need. And I'm like, wow, go back to where you came from. And they're always like, you're gonna miss us when we're gone. And I'm like, really? I'm not, I'm okay, go. But I love them, honestly, that's the truth.